How would you describe the session today?
Yeah, it's really hard to say right now. I think as the sun gets on the racetrack, it'll be better. This morning the track was so fast that it's really hard to learn much. But it's crazy to be at a track testing again that we actually race at. You know, we don't get to do this very often. It was really odd pulling in here this morning and actually getting around laps on a track that we're going to race at.
How has the adjustment been for you with the new car?
You know, the new car's been. I mean, everything's been really good about it. It's got so much more grip than what we had last year. I think it'll be hard to find anybody say that they don't like that, because it just, you know, turns better, has more drive off, everything's better about it.
What do you take away? Like, what do you try to implement after today's session? Come 3 weeks from now, when that's here.
Well, this has been, I think for a lot of teams, this is a really tough track to get around. It's hard to make your car turn in the middle of the corner, and then it's probably the slickest racetrack, you know, to get drive off the corners. You literally, in the race here, will spin the tires from turn 4 all the way to the start-finish line. So you work really hard on trying to get your car to do both of those things, and it's hard to get it to do one without hurting the other. So I mean, really, you're just gonna that's what we'll work on the whole time we're here, and you hope you find a good baseline setup to come here and unload with.
How do these new cars test here?
I'm sorry?
How do these new cars test here?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really the same about every track we went to. You can run quicker, you know, with this car than what we had last year on equal tires. So the times this morning when we first pulled out are, you know, I think faster than the track record here. So it's pretty impressive how quick the car is.
How much information can you keep for testing like this with a race, you know, 3 weeks away?
Yeah, well, the test, the one thing that we get out of this is you get to have the lasers on the car, the travel indicators on the shock, so you can really get the splitter and look at all that stuff that you don't get to see when you come back here for the race. So when you come to the test, it's just nice to be able to look at all that and get a really good baseline, like I say, when you come back.
There's been so much talk about how hard it is to pass on these different cars. Is that more of just the drivers and the crews getting adjusted to it?
Well, I don't think it's been harder. I mean, for me, it's been a little bit easier to pass this year than the last couple of years. So, yeah, I don't think that's a fair assessment.
Do you think that the qualifying record could fall in April?
Well, a lot of it's going to depend on the temperature, but certainly the car is capable of beating the track record. It's just going to depend on how cool it is. If it's cool out, then yeah, for sure.
With this race being so early in the year, how big is this race coming up in 3 weeks?
Well, I view the test as not only for this race that's coming up in 3 weeks, but also if you're trying to make the chase when you come back here. I mean, this is one of the most important tracks that we have on our schedule.